Lesson 49, writing equations in slope-intercept form. The slope-intercept form of a line is y equals mx plus b. So m is the slope of the line. The coefficient of x is the slope of the line. B is the y-intercept. That is, the y-intercept is when x equals 0. So let's give an example. There's a way to graph an equation that's already in slope-intercept form. So if we were to say graph y equals 2x plus 3, we're going to find the slope, which is the coefficient of x, and the y-intercept, which is 0, 3. So the slope is 2, which, remember when we do slope, we want to do rise over run. So we're going to do 2 over 1. And the y-intercept is 0, 3. That number 3 at the end is the y value when x is 0. So we can just graph a point on the line, the 0, 3. Here's 0, 3. And then we're going to, from that point, because that point is on the line, we're going to rise 2 and run 1. So 2 over 1 is the slope, and draw a line through it. So one thing we needed to remember is slope is rise divided by run. Now sometimes if we're given an equation that's not in slope-intercept form, we can actually put it in slope-intercept form, and it might be easier to graph that way. So we're going to add 7y to both sides. So I have 2x plus 5 equals 7y. Now I want to get y all by itself, so I'm going to divide by 7. Before I do that, I'm going to flop the sides around. These two are still equal. We just wrote 7y first. When we divide by 7, we have to divide each part of each term on the right side by 7. So we have y equals 2/7 x plus 5/7. So we can find the slope and we can find the y-intercept. The slope is 2/7. That means we're going to rise 2 and run to the right 7. And the y-intercept is 0, 5/7. So if we're going to graph this, we start with the y-intercept, which is 5/7. So when we go to 5/7, that's, let's see, 3.5/7 will be halfway, so it's a little bit more than halfway. Then we're going to rise 2 and run 7. So just remember the 2, we rise, and then we run 7. So I did 7 here. We're going to go 1, 2. So we're just below 3 and go over 7. And then we can just draw a straight line through there and put arrows on the end. Anytime you're graphing a line, you want to put arrows on the end. But I wanted to make a point here. The y-intercept, we always graph the y-intercept first. Then we do the slope, starting with that point where we do the rise over run. That's the end of the lesson.